OceanGate. Stockton Rush, entrepreneur, co-founder, and CEO of OceanGate. The company has set its stake in the grounds of history, diving the Titanic wreckage with their Titan submersible that never returned. Sadly, those on board did not survive. But how did it happen? It's quite simple, really. The deeper you go in water, the more the pressure rises. Water is more dense than air, so atoms are more closely packed as you go deeper. As you descend, the sheer mass of the water above the surface compounds and effectively presses down on you, compacting anything below it. Every 33 feet of depth in the ocean is an increase by about 1 atmosphere, or 14.7 psi. As you go deeper, pressure increases for 14.7 pounds per square inch for every 33 feet. At a depth of 12,500 feet below the sea level, about where the Titanic lies, the pressure would be about 5,417 pounds per square inch. At Mariana's Trench, the pressure is roughly 3 times that, at 15,750. Your body is essentially just a bag of meat, bones, and blood. The average male is about 5'9", 200 pounds. That's roughly 21 square feet or 3,024 inches. So if you're 12,500 feet below, in the 5,417 psi waters, that's about 16,251,000 pounds of pressure exerted over your entire body. Pain receptors in your brain vary in the timing from the signal being received and sent back to the location on your body to feel the pain. Roughly 60 to 270 milliseconds depending on the type of pain and the stimuli. The implosion and collapse from the immense pressures at these depths would be nearly instantaneous, so fast that the pain signals likely never even made it to the brain for processing. So that's a good thing for anyone unfortunate enough to be caught in such a predicament. As a matter of fact, it takes about 13 milliseconds for the brain to process information sent from the eyes, roughly 12 times longer than the implosion took, about a nanosecond. Think about it. That's over 16 million pounds being released on you in an instant. Now, a little more graphic. Think about this. If you were inside the Titan when it imploded, you'd essentially be inside of a pressure cooker. Pressure creates heat. That's how those cookers work. And when you place a bag of meat inside of a container and the pressures turn on all of a sudden at once, those bags of meat would suddenly vaporize or melt. There would be no remains. But hold on a second. Here's another fun fact that goes even deeper. Ever heard of free diving? No, it's not a free swim lesson. Freediving is a form of diving in which individuals rely on their breath-holding abilities to explore underwater. It requires extensive training and developing breath-holding techniques to withstand the pressure alone. The deepest dive ever made by a person without the use of a submersible is the free diving world record holder Herbert Nietzsche. On June 6, 2012, Herbert Nietzsche descended to a depth of 831.7 feet. This incredible accomplishment was achieved in the waters of the Greek island of Santorini. He is now known as the deepest man on Earth. Now, let's go even deeper. The Kola Super Deep Borehole Project, an operation run by the Soviet Union. They began drilling in 1970 and apparently forgot to turn off the drill because it kept going for about 20 years. They dug a hole all the way down to 7.5 miles below the surface, the deepest man-made hole in history. The operation shut down in 1992 because of money problems associated with the challenges of digging even deeper. So you might think they'd slap a cap on the hole and call it a day. Well, they did. In 2008, 16 years later. So there you have it. And guess what? I write documentaries too. Check out these stories because I put a lot of time in them and they are awesome. Sincerely, thanks for watching.